This shop used to be a home cookery run by a chaplain named Boys Events when I first came here. Then a chaplain named Herbie Jones had it after that. And then there was a couple more people and it closed down, which it would have closed down probably in about 1976, 77. And now it's just people live out the back. And over the road over here, these people who just bought that section, It's been empty for years. When I first came here, it used to be a hairdresser's and a billiard room out the back with 6 full-size pool tables in it. But of course, yeah, we used to have some good times in there. And next door here is the fire brigade, which is still going strong. They do a marvellous job, all volunteers. They deserve a medal each. Now, a butcher shop here it's still good. Sells the best meat in Te Karaka. Good guy and his wife have got it, and they're a credit to the place. Kept it going through hard times, but yeah, they're still pottering along. This one here, much to my sorrow, is the one that I owned. I've run it 14 years. I'm afraid the sign of times is just run down now. I sold it and the guy went broke, and now that's all that's left of it. And yeah, it makes me cry a little bit. Yeah, my family had a good time here. Just a shame. This was another dairy come grocery, fish and chips, hamburgers, whatever. This used to be able to sell everything in there. But once again, sign of the times. This one here, over here. Used to be a haberdashery, buy your cottons and your buttons and your bows, whatever. Yes, and that probably closed down in about, say 60, 69, 70, I suppose. And then, of course, vandals got in and burnt it out. Now over the road here, we have, that used to be the 4 Square store, the local 4 Square store. Used to be a good trade, but once again, when everybody had to go to town and get their pensions and everything, what happened? They all went to the supermarkets in town, and it slowly just fell away. That's our square. We'll carry on with the rest. But, well, the pub. And like that over there is our hotel. Replacing one that got burnt down. Myself and the chap Jamie Fleming, who was a good well-known shearing contractor around the district. We started to build it, and when I left my other hotel, I'm sorry to say he got killed in a car accident on the way home. So he never saw it to get finished. But yeah, if he had been alive, it would have been a very, very thriving hotel. Thank you.
have a person that can play a guitar and that there like no one's business. Further ado, we'll get on to the prize giving. Now we've done pretty good over here today, so we've got an equal third place over here. So Ronnie and Andy.
Whoa.
So my name is Jamie Simpson, and I run a small repair workshop, automotive repair workshop in Te Karaka. I'm also the Chief Fire Officer. I've been the Chief Fire Officer for probably 12 years, and I've been in the fire service as a volunteer out here for 32 years. Well, it's the centre of the universe, isn't it? There's no real need to go out of the Te Karaka area. I think there is, if you're into the bright lights and everything, there is the cities, but yeah, I've never had any desire to move out of the town. If you've lived here all your life, you get to know families, and so you generally know everybody. And you know their mums and dads and their mums and dads as well. So the longer you've been here, the more people you know essentially, and it's more personal. Whereas if you lived in Auckland, you're just another face. And much the same in the big cities. You know, Gisborne's probably not as bad as those bigger cities, but it's getting a little bit that way as well. Yeah, it was, and mainly the welfare side of things, making sure your people had food and clothing and blankets and stuff like that. There wasn't very many rescues that went on. So. We got a call about 1 o'clock in the morning, I suppose. We were still there the next day at 9 o'clock in the morning, third alarm fire as well. So we had support from a number of the neighbouring brigades. But yeah, it was really, really hot, and we struggled really to do anything with it because of the style and the build of the building and the fire lighting in the building. We emptied probably 6 or 7 5,000 gallon tanks onto it, and probably half of the school swimming pool, so it was nearly 1 million litres of water went on it. It still never really slowed it down. Oh, well, it slowed it down, that's all it did. It just it didn't stop it, it just slowed it down. It really wasn't contained, it was just, like I say, it was more like a controlled burn, if you like. You know, in the cities it's a bit easier because you've got your hydrants on the scene straight away and several pumps straight away, and now in Gisborne with an aerial appliance as well, they can get up high and squirt water from above. But with a large building and one truck for probably the span of half an hour, which is when you need to get into things, and you don't really have the manpower or the equipment to do a lot to to stop it in its tracks. And then and once it takes hold, it was the style of the building. It had been added onto, and bits had been removed, but there was walls that had voids inside, so they acted like chimneys. And once the fire gets inside there, it just keeps going, and you can't. Oh, just the change in the economic environment was one. I mean, in days gone by, you didn't have any supermarkets, so everybody bought things at the local shops, so you didn't have the pack and saves and the countdowns and the new worlds. So you had some, but they were just fledglings. But most of the stuff you get from the general store or the bakery shop. And motor cars as well. Not everybody had a car, so not everybody went to town unless they went on the bus, Nowadays, it's going to make a noise for another minute. Nowadays it's normal just to jump in a car and drive to town to get some McDonald's and a video, Once upon a time you only went to town once a month. So that's changed as well. And central government, and in a lot of ways, local government as well, would like to have everybody living in one place because logistically it's easier. I mean, we really only lost the district, the Waikato County Council, because of a central government decision. So we were in a council that had money, machinery, and actually employed lots of locals. So the money was retained here, and we had that one day, and then next day we didn't have it at all. So that was another nail in the coffin for the townships, and many townships up the coast as well. The Forest Service decline as well. We were told that the planting of pine trees was going to be the be-all and end-all. We were just going to be a boom town. It's never happened. In the days when everything was farmed and you had stock, you had fences, you had shepherds, you had farms had large staffs. They had employees that had kids, and they all jumped on school buses, went to the local schools, and it was more actually employed in the area. But your pine trees, you don't get that. They'll be living in the city and they jump in the truck and go up there and prune and cut and that sort of stuff. You can't eat a pine tree, so I think, I mean, those things are all just small bits that actually lead to one big thing happening. Some people actually blame the bypass going through, but I don't really think that had a major effort. I think the writing was on the wall before that went through.